Quick question. Where's your phone right now? Don't look. I already know. It's within about 3 feet of you. It might be in your hand. It might be face down on the table next to you. Screen off, doing absolutely nothing. And according to a study of nearly 800 people, that phone is taking something from you right now, even though it's off. You can't feel it. That's the unsettling part. This is the story of an experiment that quietly ruined the phrase, "I'm not even using it." Now, we all have a theory about how phones ruin our focus, and the theory goes like this. The phone buzzes, you look at it, you get distracted. Simple. Cause, effect, moving on. So the fix is obvious. Silence it. Turn it off. Flip it face down. Problem solved, you magnificent, disciplined genius. That's the assumption. And a team at the University of Texas decided to actually test it. And what they found is a lot weirder than phones are distracting. Here's the setup. A researcher named Adrian Ward brought in around 800 people. Everyone sat down at a computer to take a series of tests. Not fun tests. The kind that measures something called available cognitive capacity, which is a fancy way of saying how much brain you have available right now to actually hold and process stuff. Think of it like RAM. Not how smart you are. How much of your smart is currently free. Now, here's the actual experiment. Before the test started, every person was randomly told to do one of 3 things with their phone. Group 1, put your phone on the desk face down. Group 2, put it in your pocket or bag. Group 3, leave it in another room entirely. And to be extremely clear about this, in every single group, the phones were silenced. No buzzing, no ringing, no notifications. Nobody looked at their phone. Nobody used their phone. The phone did nothing. The phone just existed in the room. And the results came back in a straight line. The people who left their phone in another room performed best. The people with it in their bag did worse. And the people with it face down on the desk, screen dark, silent, untouched, did the worst of all. Ward's own summary of it was blunt. The more noticeable your phone is, the less brain you have available. Not the more you use it, the more you can see it. Which is a genuinely strange sentence when you sit with it. An object doing nothing made people measurably worse at thinking. But here's the detail that actually gets me. Afterwards, they asked people whether their phone had affected their performance. And people said no. They reported that they'd given the task their full attention and focus. They were wrong. And more importantly, they had no idea they were wrong. This is the difference between feeling focused and being focused, and they are not the same thing. Your sense of how well you're concentrating is not a reliable instrument, which means you cannot fix this by trying harder. You can't willpower your way out of a leak you can't detect. So why? Why would an inert lump of glass drain your brain? The explanation Ward gives is beautifully annoying. Your conscious mind isn't thinking about your phone, but the process of making yourself not think about it, that costs something. Not thinking about something is not free. It's a task. You're running a small background process whose entire job is to keep ignoring the thing on the desk. And a background process still eats resources. Ask any laptop that's ever caught fire in a meeting. The phone isn't stealing your attention. It's occupying a slot. It's the mental equivalent of someone standing silently behind you. They're not talking. They're not touching anything. But you know they're there. And some part of you never fully sits down. Okay, now I have to be honest with you, because this is where a lot of channels would just stop and let you feel clever. Another team tried to repeat this experiment. Same tasks, same conditions, phone on the desk, phone in the pocket, phone in another room. And they found nothing. No difference between the groups at all. Their conclusion? The presence of your phone may just not be enough to do this. This is called a failed replication, and it is the single most important word in science that nobody puts in a thumbnail. Because a result that only works once isn't a fact. It's a rumor with a chart attached. So, is the effect real or not? The honest answer is, it's contested. A separate study using a phone that was switched off did find lower cognitive performance when the phone was merely present, which supports Ward. So we now have results pointing both ways, which is not a satisfying place to end. But it's where the evidence actually is, and I'd rather tell you that than sell you a certainty that doesn't exist. So what do you do with a contested finding? You do the cheapest possible version of it. Here's the thing. Even in the study that failed to replicate, nobody found that keeping your phone on the desk helped you. There's no version of this research where the phone on the desk makes you smarter. So the downside of acting on it is zero, and the upside might be a chunk of your brain back. That's a good bet even under uncertainty. And notice what the study actually points at. Not use your phone less, not screen time, not an app that shames you with a weekly report. Distance. That's the whole variable. The thing that changed the result was how far away the object was from your body. So another room. That's it. That's the intervention. Not a system, not a routine, not a productivity philosophy with a founder. Another room. And if that feels weirdly hard to do, if you just felt a little flicker of resistance reading that, I gently point out that this is exactly the effect we've been talking about. We tend to think attention is something you spend. You give it to a thing, you take it back, you move on. This research, whether it holds up or not, points at something less tidy. That attention might not be a thing you spend, it might be a thing that leaks. And the leaks don't announce themselves. That's the entire problem. Your brain doesn't send you a notification when it's running at 80%. It just quietly runs at 80%. And you go about your day feeling, as far as you can tell, completely fine. So where's your phone right now? Genuinely, did you move it while watching this? Or did you decide you were the exception? Tell me in the comments. I read them, and I have a strong suspicion about the ratio. If this rearranged something in your head a bit, that's the whole point of this channel. Subscribing is the one thing that keeps these getting made, so if you want more, hit it. A like helps this reach people who are statistically holding their phone right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.